Are Connor and Leon actually coach killers? You feel that? I do. It's the same feeling I had before this guy was fired, before this guy was fired, and even this guy. Now it's Knoblauch's turn. Or is it? Can Connor, Leon, and this Oilers squad snap out of it, or will history repeat itself once again? Is the firing of another head coach the only thing that will get this team going like we've seen several times before? Time will only tell. I know a lot of people have been saying, it's the Oilers. They always suck in October and November. But this year, some have said it feels different, and I'm kind of starting to side with that. Because again, like I said, I watch this team right now, and the feeling I have is a familiar one. So what the hell is going on? Are Connor and Leon actually coach killers? They might be. They might be. They might be. Oh gosh, rough morning. It's Sunday. What day is it today? November 23rd. I will say it sucks because am I an Oilers fan? Yes. And this video would have been a lot more like this is the video I wanted to do. And then of course they beat the Florida Panthers yesterday. And so it's kind of like it kind of saved them a little bit. But if they were to lose that game, this would have been even more like, ooh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You're safe for one more game, Knoblauch. Whatever you did, you're safe for one more game. But what is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode right here on Above Average. I'm YouTube Trev. Thanks for clicking on this video. We talk all things hockey here. I talk, I do all sorts of videos. So if you like hockey content and you like learning things, not much, but you like learning some and you like having a good time, well, subscribe. That would be awesome, actually. That would help out a lot. But yeah, drop a comment down below. I interact and read every single one. If you don't believe me, just give it a go. And it is a sponsored segment of every video right here on Above Average, brought to you by www.timetrackers.ca, where I highlight the most liked comment in my previous video at the end of this video. So drop something down below. If it gets the most likes, I'll be giving it a shout out in my next video. And I want to hear what you guys have to say. Are Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid coach killers? Are they? Are they actually? Do you think? Because a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are some people I've heard recently. That sentence has been asked. When I hear it, I'm just like, are they? Are they? I don't know. I do have some numbers though, and I've got some examples I'd like to share with you guys. But that is the question of the video, so I want to hear what you guys have to think and say. So drop a comment down below. So Trev, you're probably thinking if you're watching this video, what do you think, Trev? What do you think? Do you think Connor and Leon are coach killers? Well, let me just say this: in Crosby's 20 seasons, he's had 5 head coaches, and I will say his last coach, Mike Sullivan. In that whole time frame, when was that? He was hired in 2016, I believe. It was 2016. 2015-16. He was the head coach there for a long time. So Crosby kind of had a little bit of head coaches when he first started. Michel Therrien, I think. Dan Bylsma was the head coach as well, I believe. A few other guys. And then it was Mike Sullivan. And he was the head coach for almost over 10 years. So in that 10-year frame, the Oilers have went through 5 coaches. I'll say that. So that's kind of crazy. Ovechkin, 8 coaches in his 20 seasons. But look at the numbers. 20 seasons, 20 years, 8 coaches. What is that? What's the average there? That is, almost 2 years for a coach? Like, that's pretty solid. Crosby, he's averaged, a coach every almost 4 years. Nathan MacKinnon as well. He's been in the NHL for 13 seasons now. He's had 2 coaches, okay? So you've got 2 coaches, 8 coaches, 5 coaches, and 20 seasons, and 13 seasons. Well, Connor and Leon, they've had 5 coaches, Chris Knoblauch being the 5th in 11 seasons. So drastically, the difference, the big difference is number of seasons, for sure. The fact that they've had 5 coaches and what's the average there? Like a year and a half? Like it's kind of crazy. It's not a good look at all. You're pretty well averaging. You're changing a coach every 2 seasons at that point. So I was curious to look at that. When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, well, I mean, the proof's kind of in the pudding there. And if you look at the numbers, it kind of backs up the idea, the theory of, Connor and Leon might be coach killers. So are they not? I don't know. Obviously, that average is quite a bit higher than the other players, the other all-stars around the league. So I ask this question. If that is the case, if Connor and Leon are in fact coach killers, why? What is it they are doing or not doing that leads to the coaches getting fired over and over again? That is it. Like, if they are in fact coach killers, what is it? Why are they coach killers? And that's like, I'm telling you, I know a lot of YouTube videos and they're like, I have a theory. This is why I think. No, I don't know. I'm asking, man. Why is it? What is it? What's going on? Like, what do they, does the coach lose the room? And that's the thing. I don't fault the coaches. Not once have I ever faulted Todd McClellan. Ken Hitchcock, I mean, I kind of fault him. I don't know. The Ken Hitchcock experiment was just, I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Dave Tippett, I will say, like, were the teams that great? I don't think Dave Tippett had strong teams, so I don't blame it on him either. And then you got good old Jay Woodcroft, who had a gnarly winning percentage with this team. I thought he was an awesome coach. I really, really do. So when I look at all of these coaches, aside from frickin' Hitchcock, just because but even then, do I really blame Hitchcock? Like, the team sucked. He had a terrible team. It really was only Connor and Leon at that point. It was embarrassing. They sucked. They were terrible. So I look at all the coaches and I'm like, I don't really think they were bad coaches. And it all points, like, everything kind of just points to Connor and Leon. And then I'm doing full circle here because I go back to Connor and Leon and I just ask, like, what is it that they're doing and not doing? And I tell you, before every single coach has been fired, the thing that sticks out the most is scoring is down, but just the defensive play. This team just, it is abysmal. Their defensive approach, their play, the Oilers right now, they're dead last in 5-on-5 goals against. They're dead last in save percentage. And they're dead last in just goals against as a whole. So that's terrible. And it's the same thing. When Tip was fired, man, I know scoring was tough for them, but I just remember every time the opposing team was coming down the ice, it was a grade A scoring chance. And they capitalized almost every single time. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So for whatever reason, they just forget how to play defense in the 2 years. I'm serious. I'm serious when I say that. They completely forget. And the thing that's crazy is whenever a coaching change happens, their defense just improves significantly. It's like, okay, you know what? We don't want that to happen again. We don't want to lose another coach. Maybe we should start committing to defense and playing it. And they do. Like, Tippett was fired, that Woodcroft comes in, that's exactly what happened. And they ended up making the playoffs. And they were almost, when that happened, if they didn't make that coaching change, I don't think they would have made the playoffs, man. That was the first time in Ken Holland's career as a general manager that he had to address coaching in the middle of a season. He's always done it in the offseason. That was big news. I remember that. But then there was the same thing, man. When the Oilers started just one of the worst starts in franchise history that led to Jay Woodcroft getting fired, the scoring was bad, but they started that season losing 8-2 or 8-0. I think it was 8-2 to the Vancouver Canucks. Game 2, it was back home in Edmonton here. And they got spanked again, and it's all defensive play. So I don't know why. I don't know. For whatever reason, they just forget to play defense 2 years in, right around 2 years into their new coach's career with this team, or start with this team, behind the bench with this team. They just completely forget. So I do think... I honest to God, if we made it this far, I honest to God do think that they are coach killers. I do. I'm going to go out and say it. I'm sorry. I'm saying it, okay? I honestly, God, think that's the case. I think it's the truth. But it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to you? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. I actually don't get it. Like, I don't know why this team, the more and more I think about it, it's just, no, they're not coach killers. They just forget how to play defense. That's what it all boils down to, in my humble opinion. They just, honest to God, cannot keep the puck out of the net. Coach is fired. And then they hire a new coach, and then they all of a sudden start playing really good defense again. That is what has happened the last 4 freaking firings from all these coaches. So, does that make them coach killers? Or does that just make them terrible defensive players? I don't know. But what I do know is if they continue this play, Knoblauch, you better pack your bags because you're going to probably, I don't know where you're going to go, but you're going to go somewhere. Just ask Jay Woodcroft. Where's he? Doing commercials, I think. I saw him on a commercial. Ken Hitchcock, I don't know what he's doing. Dave Tipp, I think he's retired. Todd McClellan's in Detroit, so you can maybe head back out east. I don't know, but it's interesting. And like I said, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Engage with every single comment down in the comment section down below. But I don't know, man. Something's got to change. And it's not a freaking coaching change, man. And I will just say, if they cannot snap out of this funk and Knoblauch gets fired, and that's another thing, he was just extended 3 years before the season started. If they do not snap out of this and Knoblauch gets fired, I'll lose almost, respect's not the word, pride maybe. I'll lose all pride in Connor and Leon. I don't think that's the right word either. What word am I trying to think of? I will lose all, finish that. I will lose all blank in Connor and Leon. Faith? No. I'm trying to think of a word. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. I drank pretty hard last night. I'm a little hungover right now. So, but jeepers. Regardless, if Knoblauch is fired, I'm not saying it's on Knoblauch. I'm saying it's on Connor and Leon and this core and this team and this organization. More so just Connor and Leon, though. And it would be an all-time bad look, and it would be one of the most embarrassing things ever as an Oilers fan. I couldn't defend it. There's no way I'd be able to defend it anymore. No. And if that is the case also, there's no way, and I'm starting to side with this, and I know other Oilers fans, you might not want to hear this, but if that is the case, that it really starts pushing the narrative that this Connor and Leon will never win a cup because they don't have it. Whatever it is, they don't have it. So I'll leave it at that. But like I said, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below. Thanks for all the continued support. You guys are absolute beauties, and I love every single one of you. Yeah, I do. Okay, like I said, most liked comment in my previous video, which was, who's better, Cale Makar or Quinn Hughes? If you want to check that out, you can. It was the last video I did, so it's not too hard to find. But the most liked comment from that video, brought to you by www.timetrackers.ca, where they work around the clock for you. Alberta-based company with clocks all over Canada. You want a nice clock like this big black clock, go check them out, www.timetrackers.ca. Without further ado, the most liked comment in my previous video is, shout out to @PaulC8588. This isn't a debate this year, he says, with 12 likes, not bad. And that's in regards to who's better, Cale or Quinn. It's not a debate, apparently, according to Paul. Well, I think there's good arguing points from both sides. I think if I had a room of Canucks fans and Avalanche fans, they'd be able to duke it out and have some pretty good verbal discussion. Hence, fourth. Does that make sense? I think it's a debate. So I disagree with you. This isn't a debate. I completely disagree with you. I think you can absolutely debate this. For sure. That's why I made a video out of it. But I do appreciate your comment, buddy. So that's all I got for this one. As always, guys, this is Above Average. I'm YouTube Trev. If you like this type of content, baby, you already know what to do. Take her easy. I'll see you in the next one. Don't be average when you can be above average. Mix in a water and a coffee. I'm out. Peace.